Chana kweli undavarerwa mongunda uya kuiwanoderera nogateta kwakteri mukepwi hayasho lakento lakali chibwibwili so tapindo taman ongita todul amoshko pindo shaman godisera tainika wakasperita gapi otarera marume
For the love of local music on Informanté Radio, you guys are, I'm sure, already familiar with this one, Tatebuti, King TD, and Mr. Gazlam. Itodulu. Moro Tatenebel.
Is there something that I need to say about that song?
No.
Oh, okay.
You have next to say. Mora Maria.
Morning.
How are you?
Good.
Hoe gaan het, Nebel? Hoekom wil je me niet goed doen? Is it because there's soccer again?
Ik heb jongens klaar gevloek vanochtend vroeg. I was referring to him.
Listen.
Oh. You know, we use such vulgar language amongst each other.
Yeah.
Who is
He
aided?
just... I was waiting for him because he wasn't here yet.
Oh, all right.
So he just arrived now. So that's why I sent that message. And I see you answering. I'm like, it's it. No, kijk eens van Maria.
I didn't even go into the group this
Kijk
morning.
nou hier voor Maria.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was for me. I didn't take offense, though.
Nee. How can I call you such a hideous name?
I wouldn't be surprised. Personally, I wouldn't be surprised.
Sê jy is onbeskof.
Ja, om te skof.
Om te skof aan Moshiero. While you are busy,
Yeah, go
we
with the
quickly
soccer,
just want to touch on football
please. Go
of last night.
Yeah. Maria, did you watch any of the games? Okay, Neville, like I told you, like I was telling you this morning, Neville doesn't want to believe that I do not get to watch Premier League games at home.
Okay.
Yes. So please give us an update. There were 2 Premier League matches last night. One of them is, of course, your favorite team in the whole wide world.
No. Hey. I know Aston Villa played against another team. I think.
Yes.
Not too sure. No, it's.
I also can't. I remember seeing them, yes, but I can't remember what.
Yeah,
it was.
that score was 0-0.
Yes.
Okay. So by 9 o'clock, I went to bed. Okay. I had a glass of wine, and I went to bed, and I woke up at 4 this morning, and then I was praying to Jesus to protect my day and my life, and then I went.
What's going on?
It's you. Vijay.
Oh, okay.
So, and then I 5 o'clock, I went
Gym, running.
I went to
Let's start
go
with the
gym.
score. What's the score?
Nee, ek wil nie weet nie, Maria.
His team lost. That's why he doesn't want to give us the score. Now, unfortunately, wait, man. Ek het mos die internet hier, so kom staan en sukkel ek so met die
Okay, let's quickly go through that.
Yes.
Arsenal played against Manchester City last night. Again, I didn't expect anything more from my team. I will always love Arsenal.
What's your team?
I'm an
Arsenal.
Arsenal supporter. I've been an Arsenal supporter since 1987. Okay? But at this moment, for the last 10 years, they are just performing dismally. Wat lag jy?
Because I don't know about soccer, but I know
Grrr.
I know about Arsenal.
Ja.
Kan ons net voortgaan with other news?
Wat was die score, Neville? No, Sheffield
Okay.
United and Aston Villa was 0-0.
Yeah. No, the score was 3-0.
Okay.
Again, David Luiz. I think we need to send this guy to Donald Trump or something. Maybe Donald Trump will make David Luiz great again.
Hey, hy het weer mistakes gemaak het.
But like black people would say, when was David Luiz ever great? Okay? Like America. America was never great. This guy has been a useless defender for as long as I can remember.
But you guys paid the money for him.
Yeah. I mean, the time when Germany beat Brazil
Oh, that embarrassing
8-2 or
scoreline, I remember.
8-1 or whatever. Ek is moeg mee, bro. Yeah. So that's the sport. Okay? That's the sport.
Okay.
Just
Can you-
because you guys lost, you don't want to go into it.
Into sports, yeah.
It's the worst thing that could have happened that we start a sporting night, a soccer night, playing Manchester City. I knew this a week well in advance. Ons gaan
Yes.
gebliksem.
Of course, Manchester City was going to drag you guys through.
Yeah. But they had the Black Lives Matter shirts. I mean, it was all on the back of their
that's
shirts.
nice, that's
It was very nice. And they all took a knee before the game.
that's
All the players, all 22 players. So,
Also, were they practicing social distancing on the field?
it's okay, don't tackle me.
They say, come on, you are too
Don't
close.
tackle me.
I have the ball now.
Yeah.
Keep it at a distance.
I think that is what David Luiz was doing the whole night. I think your question is not out of place. Ja, weer die man kan my irriteer, man. Hoor van Michael Chipiki. Maria don't know about soccer, but she only knows about Arsenal. Hey, Chipiki. Hey,
Apparently, England's
is
whipping
not-
boys these days.
Oshakati City Football
That's what I
Club.
know about us. It's not good.
Morrekeni, Arsenal geflop, business as usual. Helmut van Wyk, ken jy vir Lap? Lap speel fair.
There's a suggestion to teach me the rules of football. Apparently, I will enjoy it. Maybe I will. Who knows? I mean, I enjoy a lot of things. So
I will show you some highlights.
Maria knows rugby by now.
yes,
Because
I enjoy it.
she went through a rugby crash course with me during the World Cup last year.
And I watched the rest of the World Cup after that.
Ah, okay.
That was nice.
The soccer is easier. It's
Yeah.
much, much, much easier.
Soccer is much better.
I'm just saying the easiest thing that you would do, Maria, get yourself a boyfriend who loves soccer.
Yeah.
Klaar.
Actually, I think women said that's the opposite of what we should be doing. Because like yesterday, you would have been neglected.
No, you could have sat there and enjoyed the game with him.
Oh yeah, provided
Yeah.
you like
Sit
it.
there, next to eat the
What is
popcorn and the
happening?
chips. Explain. Yeah. Thank you. That's enough of sport.
Okay. Neville doesn't want to talk sports this morning. We of course have a COVID-19 update this morning. Actually, I wasn't, that plugged in yesterday and this morning. So Maria, maybe give us an
That's
update.
two cases. 2 new cases are announced yesterday afternoon. I think the one, I can't remember the ages. I think if it's not 25, it's 35. But I know it's 20 something or 35 or 25. There's a 5 somewhere there. Guy from Walfish Bay, it is a local transmission because he has no travel history. The last time he traveled was in January to the north. And he hasn't, as far as they've been able to ascertain, come in contact with any of the current cases. So it's completely isolated. They don't know how he got it, but they're busy with contact tracing.
Contact tracing
he
him, yeah.
called, I believe, the previous night he had been having trouble breathing, had headaches, had terrible cough, and he called the hospital the following day in Walfish Bay. He's from Walfish Bay, and they came to collect him by ambulance. And they immediately put him in isolation. His condition is stable, but yes, he's positive nonetheless. And then the second case was, I don't know if it's a Malawian or somebody that traveled from Malawi. What I understand is...
And they say the Malawian national.
Yeah, that's what I understand. It wasn't completely clear when the news was circulated, but I understand it's a Malawian national that traveled, I think, through Zambia and then Katima Mulilo. And he was also found, I think he's 40-something. He was also found to be positive.
Now, that one for me was obviously...
But he traveled alone. So.
Yes, obviously the guy from Walfish Bay, it's a bit worrisome, right?
Not a bit.
Okay, it's a lot worrisome. I'm trying to remain a little bit optimistic. Hey, scoot for Ochen. Yeah, so the Walfish Bay case is quite worrisome because it's possible community transmission.
No, it's definitely community.
Come on, let's remain hopeful until we have the facts.
Emily
If
Ndapuka
you
says
have it-
he's
if you have it-
it's a Malawian doctor.
Oh, all right. No, I mean, if you think about it, the person did not come into contact with the known cases.
Yes.
All right.
So they picked it up somewhere in
They
the
picked
community.
it up somewhere in the community. He has no travel history himself. So he picked it up.
Yes.
So now there's obviously the process. I think the process of contact tracing is always the toughest because this person would have to recall, if you more or less would think you had it for already 4 or 5 days, you would have to recall
where you retrace your steps,
retrace
basically.
your steps. See, for me it would be easy. It would be, you guys would be the first to go.
Come
Because
on.
I'm in studio every day.
It's like Netherlands, Cuba is quarantine for. But the one that caused a lot of confusion for me was the Malawian national. Apparently he's a doctor, but I thought our borders were closed.
Essential service.
What essential service? What did he come to?
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me. But you see, the closed border thing is we have seen people coming in like
Exactly. That's the second person. That's the second. Like the other one, of course, crossed illegally.
Yeah.
This one, from the information that is out there, seems like they crossed the border legally, and they were allowed to travel through the country. I don't know whether they were tested in Katima or they got tested here in Windhoek, but they clearly, of course, came into contact with at least one person along the way. And Katima to Windhoek is a very long way. Whether it's a fuel station you're fueling up or whatever the situation may be, you're going to come into contact with people.
But is it always a given that if you come in contact with a person,
That you will get it.
No, it's not a given, but the possibility then arises.
of course.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Of course. But yeah, I'm more worried for the Walfish Bay one, to be honest.
I'm more worried. I'm worried about both. It's like, why are you letting people in our country? We don't want. We are becoming xenophobic like South Africa.
I'm worried. I'm worried about the whole country going back to stage 1. That is what I'm worried about.
I think that was an inevitability at some point.
Do you guys think so? I don't think we're going to. I really, and not because there won't be cases.
Yeah.
Look, as sad as it is, look, eventually Namibia will record a death. It's one of those things that it's bound to happen with it as the numbers increase. I mean, we've done really, really well right now to kind of not fall into that trap by really taking precautions. But it's inevitable. As all countries are experiencing, even if it's just one death. Okay, one death too many, obviously, always. But the thing with going back into lockdown is assuming, I think the initial lockdowns with the countries was because they were trying to buy time for a vaccine. And as time is going by, it's becoming more and more clear
that the vaccine is not going to come anytime soon.
That the vaccine is not going to come anytime soon. So there seems to be kind of, I don't want to say unspoken rule or unspoken agreement, or just unspoken understanding that, look, this is just the new reality. We cannot, realistically, no economy
is going to
survive.
survive.
Is going to survive a permanent lockdown. And if we think about the fact that numbers will continue increasing, they're not going to stop. You will understand why going back to a lockdown makes no economic sense, social sense,
Bless me.
any sense in that. So I think what I think government's going to become strict about is practicing safety measures.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't be allowed in studio without our masks.
Enforcing
It's like
the rules.
wearing a mask is going to be like wearing an underwear.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I had to think of something. I'm sorry.
No, but underwears are also optional.
No, but you know what I mean. It's the first thing you put on after you finish taking a bath. So it's like that's what's going to become of masks. It's just going to become so secondary to us, second nature to us.
But we're still so reluctant or resistant to wearing masks, and even the ones that are wearing them
Because it doesn't hit us.
are not wearing them
Yeah,
I saw
properly.
Brittany's.
Yeah.
I think we're going through this stage at the moment because there was this big upsurge. I think especially in April, where we all started taking precautions. Kyk hoe groot is dit en gap hierdie man. Hy yawns like this on air. Het jy nie geslaap gister nie?
Weet.
Ja,
Maar ek wil
okay.
nog steeds slaap.
But anyway, and I think during the month of April, I mean, we were like extremely, or I was like very, very proactive. And I mean, even the way that we were basically communicating with each
I
other.
remember Neville not wanting to touch anyone or anything when he walks in here.
The level of social distancing that we
He
had.
came in with gloves.
I came in here with gloves and seriously.
Like, where's the sanitizer? Who else touched the sanitizer?
And I mean, you could even see that in malls back then, how proactive these guys were. The security, but there's just a very laid back, relaxed way of how we move into malls now, how we relate to each other now, until what you say. If we're going to have our first or second or third fatality with this disease, maybe we're going to have a change of mind.
I don't think of it. I think it's like a
community.
yes, like really that viral community transmission is what's going to get people to really even. I mean, if the cases stay the way they are, even if we record a death, I don't think it's necessarily gonna change the mindset
It's going to change it for me.
of the multitudes. Yes,
I'll
of course.
Yeah,
Just
but
go
what it means
back
is
in.
even if there is like, let's say 1,000 community transmission, but
No death.
there's no deaths.
Yeah.
Even that will
Yes, that'll shake you. It's like because the virus is out here. It's no longer just coming from outside. It's
your
it's
neighbor
here.
has it,
It's
or
here.
somebody you know has
here.
it, or
Yes.
I'm not in studio because I have it, or you know that also just because it becomes relatable now when it becomes a community because you know somebody that has
Yes, you know somebody
it.
close to
Yeah,
you.
that hits differently.
And the thing is, you know what, and then it comes down, you think about your kids, your family. There are sporting activities at the moment that's ongoing.
Schools.
Schools.
We're starting school next week, yeah.
Schools are starting next week.
Yeah.
So-
Well, yeah, no, they already started, but I'm
Yeah.
saying for my grade, my kids.
There's a different batch that is also joining the
Yeah,
team
yeah.
that is already at school.
I see my neighbor here, Ivor Show. He's saying, Neville, jy moes net by die bure 'n wyn kom drink het. Dit was gisteraand buurvrou se birthday. And yeah, Ivor, I just wanted to say, I did open my door last night and toe sien ek julle boere is weer luidrigtig daar langs aan. I was wondering what was going on because I could see the fire and you were standing there in the courtyard busy talking to someone. Ek wou wy to ask you what is going on. Maar nou ja, as die party voortgaan vanaand, I'll definitely I'll be there.
Luister, what's his name? Ivor. Willem.
William. Wat's 'n Willem?
Ek vra.
Daar's boere wat se name ook William is.
Okay.
Ja,
Meneer
so
Shakespeare. I want to know, Mr. William, waar kan ek 'n neighbor soos jy kry? Wat my altyd oornooi om my neighbors raak geïrriteer as ek daar opdag want ek soek suiker of iets.
Yeah, and then there are numerous messages here about how useless Arsenal is. But yeah,
Yes.
let's forget about that.
No new information.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, they say brave warriors would be better. And then I see the last comment on my screen says, Moro, it's from Stephanus James Ananias.
Oh, Spence.
Yeah, it says, did you guys hear about the president of Burundi? He passed on due to COVID.
Yeah.
Yes, we are aware.
we
Pierre,
saw that.
what's his name? Surname? Kurumkuz? The surname is difficult, but I know it's Pierre. Yeah, initially they said he died of a heart attack. And now news is kind of slowly trickling in
That it was a
that it was COVID-19. But at this point, it's not really confirmed.
I believe his wife was also sick at some time.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, it's, look, nobody's immune to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of these things, I mean, it should start hitting home that, like Mary is saying, nobody's immune.
Yeah.
And this is not a joke anymore. It's something serious. It's not just the poor who are dying.
Yeah.
It's a president who has all this protection around him. And who uses common sense and doesn't wear masks.
So,
You just had to.
can we please now address the elephant in the room?
What is the elephant?
Asseblief. You guys are messing around here with
What is the elephant?
Walfish Bay and Katima goeters. Can you swim? Can you swim? Ja of nee?
Nee.
Jy kan nie swem nie. Maria, can you
No, I'm an
swim?
exceptional swimmer.
Are you an exceptional swimmer? So, the length of the Orange River between South Africa and Namibia, I think the length of the Orange River is roughly around 3 kilometers or a little bit more. I didn't know that people can actually swim from South Africa.
Yes, they do.
Illegally
Illegally crossing, yeah.
Illegally, swim from there to this side.
Yes.
Yeah.
With $7 million.
No, that
in your
was the
pocket.
plan, but it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay, now please, Maria, can you just give us some context of how can a human being swim from Noordoever?
Yes, Miss
to this
Exceptional
side?
Swimmer.
Yeah, Miss
It's not
Exceptional
difficult,
Swimmer.
especially if you're not swimming against the current.
Okay.
All right, if you're letting the current, it's not difficult.
But
There
how
are
how
people that
wide
swim.
is it? Like 3 kilometers wide?
I think it's more.
No, it's
I think it's more.
I think you would be crossing. I don't know how they cross. So I don't want to assume, but I mean, if I play it in my mind, it looks like you're doing a zap over.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
So
Mos,
you're
yeah.
not going straight. You're
yeah.
going. You're going because the current won't allow you to go straight.
Yeah, but that's what I'm asking. So how wide is it? Like
Yeah, I don't even know.
flows.
I don't even know the kilometers. I don't know the. I'm not that familiar. But yes, are we talking about that?
case number 33, the infamous case number 33.
All right. What we have is. Yes, sis, why do I always have to do this?
Because we can't just talk about the swimming part. We need to delve into the conspiracy theory
Okay.
element
All right.
of
As
what
long
is
as we're
happening.
clear that this is still this is what we're hearing, but
Yes.
it's not really been confirmed as
Yes.
such.
Hey man,
Hold up.
Nee, ek gooi net weg.
there's
Sorry.
no in your bubble gum.
Ek nou ook, wat wil jy sê?
Breek vir my 'n stukkie ou.
Hey, you are 3 kilometers away from me.
Yeah.
So apparently this guy wanted to cross the Orange River. Initially, that was the initial plan, but the water was too cold. It's winter.
Black people in cold water, we don't mix.
So it was like, let's take it to Plan B. Plan B was
Canoe.
to pay off, to bribe
Yeah.
officials, which he did. And they took him. And then this is where the fish rod manager comes in. I don't know what the agreement was.
Fishco.
Fishco finance manager.
Hey, he's the acting CEO at the moment.
Yeah, he was the acting CEO, but he's been dismissed, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, I saw something. Anyway, I think it's in the Namibian today. I haven't read it yet.
It's the front page of the
Yeah, it's the front page of the Namibian. So he was acting, but he was also the finance, which is so weird that you would put the finance guy into acting because, like, he signed
Yes,
off.
the finances are
Yeah.
what is in question
What
here.
is what is in question? So even that was very tricky and shaky. But anyway, so I think I don't know if it's real. I shared it with the group. A statement from him.
Yes.
In which he explains, but I don't know if it's him or if it's just, because with fake news, you just don't know if
Somebody could be typing that stuff up themselves and making it look like
but if it's
some other article.
yeah, but if it's true, it's Paulos
Galangi.
Galangi. If it's true, and that was he basically just gives an explanation of what had happened. Is that he was called to come pick up some guy at the border, and he drove with him wherever, but he took a police escort with him for protection or safety, so that he's not breaking any regulations.
He was called by who? to go pick up this
He's
guy.
not, in that statement, it is not clear. But that he's cooperating with officials and so forth.
Yes.
This is how the call goes. Okay. Cubase.
Better.
Leicester bro. Where are you now?
Ek is by die join.
You are in Luderitz.
Ek is by die join.
Okay. Listen, man. I need for you to do me a favor.
Oh.
You are in Luderitz now. Can you quickly drive down to Noordoever and go and pick up Maria
This is now.
at Noordoever? Then you ask me, okay, Noordoever from Keetmans, okay, let's say from Luderitz to Keetmans, that's about 350 kilometers. From Keetmans to the border
To Noordoever, yeah.
is another 300,
How many kilometers in total?
it's about 600 kilometers
To get to the border.
to get to the border.
And this is the fish,
Yeah.
fish
Yeah.
core.
Ja. Gaan al net gou net vir my vir Maria.
600 kilometers is almost from here to Oshakati.
Ja, ja, ja.
It is?
Ja, ja.
It is.
Ja. So gaan haal net gou vir my net vir Maria. And you say, and you're not asking me why.
And what
I'm
is so
asking
special?
you.
And why
Yeah.
can't Maria make her own way?
Why
Yeah.
can't Maria make her
How
own
did
way?
she get to the border?
How did she get to the
And
border?
how did you convince a police officer to drive with you all?
Yeah. So if
So
the
can I
police-
also ask a police officer to drive with me if I want to go get
No,
somebody?
no, that is privilege.
now the
Connection.
police officer now you pick up Maria at Noordoever. Okay, Leicester, can the police officer, I just want to organize that the police officer take Maria from Noordoever to Keetmanshoop. But that's not an alarm to you as to the request I'm asking you. Mense moenie gat vat nie. Sorry.
I was, Cubase, it reminds me, yesterday Cubase and I were joking about how, when you've done something wrong as a child, let's say you're supposed to be home at 8, now it's 9. You're going to take the long road to get home so that you can think of
Yes, come on,
a
make me
believable
excuse,
lie. Like, let
with
me
the
get
excuse.
all my cards,
Yep.
my ducks in a row. What am I going to tell the Zali? So as you're walking, you're thinking about all these excuses, lies, really. So, but you always get caught out because your story just never seems legit.
Yeah.
I suspect that if that story is legit, it makes zero sense. Why specifically you? I didn't know. And what is this of getting a police to go escort you? Why wouldn't the police just call the other police at the border?
To say no, that person so and so and so.
And then call, how do you travel with a police escort?
If I have a cop with me, other cops won't stop me. You understand this twice. Actually, Paulus. No, wait, I can't say that on
Okay.
air.
Can I just
Makes
take,
sense now.
and I'm just saying my reliable sources
Yes.
from Katatura Grootwinkels.
Good ones.
And I believe my reliable sources.
Are those the same ones that were talking about the side chick of the truck driver?
Yeah. Now apparently, now there are two conspiracy theories. The one conspiracy theory is that this guy is apparently a cousin to James Hatwikulupi. That's
Tusaki, I believe.
no. The guy who came from South Africa.
Oh.
Apparently he's a cousin.
Plot thickens.
Apparently he's a cousin to James Hatwikulupi.
Yeah.
That's the one conspiracy theory.
Yes.
So if this guy did cross, apparently, Maria, okay,
Nothing surprises me anymore.
nothing surprises. Apparently this guy came with 10 million. That's now the other story.
Yeah.
7 or 10.
No, he came with 10. So as he moved from the border to Keetmans, there were 7 left. So I don't know,
So 3 million is a lot to lose
3
along the way.
No,
3
the-
million in terms of perceived bribes.
No, the guy
No,
paid.
it's too much.
He paid for the passport stamp. What do you mean, Bryce?
Okay.
The stamp is expensive.
And then
3 million worth though.
And then the acting CEO of Fishcore, what's his name? Galange.
Paulus
Paulus.
Galangia.
Apparently, he's a cousin to Saki Shangala.
Yes.
So there are now these two conspiracy theories. Whether it's true or not.
It is. When I saw this
Katatura
case,
Grootwinkels.
initially when I saw the case, I was thinking, wow, this is gonna be, news for a while. A fugitive coming back into the country, being
I
helped.
didn't know it's connected
Yeah,
to this.
the fish rot was the last thing on my mind. The fact that these two things are now tying to each other is honestly is like a drama series.
No. For me, it's initially when we got the news from well-placed sources. They didn't say. They just said he was assisted by a fish core manager. No name was given. But I still didn't make a connection. I just thought,
Come on, it's Fishco. How many
it's
people
Fishco,
work there?
Yeah, how many people work there? And I was like, okay, it's so weird that Fishco would be called in. But I still didn't look at the grand picture. Because why would I think that far, right? And then as information, once he was identified, I was like, oh, yeah.
In the plot
Because
thickens.
we know, Paulus is the same person that the Namibian wrote about earlier this year.
With a diamond deal.
With a diamond deal, they got the tender. He's got he had 28%, and it didn't make sense how they got that tender.
Yeah.
So he's been in the spotlight, which is so weird for me. Like I said, I didn't even know he's acting Fishco, or he was
CEO,
acting
yes.
CEO, because
I think I read that somewhere.
that's even more weird to me, because he should have been under investigation.
Exactly.
He
So
should be
how
under
do you replace the one guy and then you put this one there who's also supposed to be under
And
investigation?
whoever is acting has to foresee an investigation happening
Yes,
in the
oversee it, yes.
Yeah.
Weet jy die comments nee? Felicity contest from Ludrats or Ludrats. Fishcore, fish rot, same difference. Tate Paulus check ons dom. As hy wat hy statement geskryf het, hy lieg, hulle is kop in een mis. They are in this together.
What is kop en een mis? Afrikaans is say.
Yeah, you know the
Yeah, a missimus.
like a woolly.
Yeah.
So if we are together in something, it's like both of us
Oh, where
put the same woolly.
Oh, kop in een
Een,
mis.
ja,
Okay.
ja.
See, is bietjie vroeg met Afrikaans moet nie eens calibrate.
Ja, okay meneer. De places is reg.
Put the whole Lutherans under
Ek is
lockdown.
now,
Eindelijk nee.
guys, this kind of paints Fishco in even more suspicious light. I mean,
This is. Let me tell you. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
something that is very, very disturbing. In a very responsible society, when the brand of Fishco can never be salvaged, never.
yes, it's gone.
Right? It's gone. You would think that there would now be steps not to revive it or to close that thing down, like do proper investigation, whatever, and shut it. No, whatever business was, because it's a state-owned entity.
Parastately, yeah.
Take away all its contracts, review all its contracts, everything. There should be a thorough.
Purge.
But it has to be a commission, by the way. Investigate cannot be government investigating itself. And
Niels Becker.
you do a thorough investigation, and you shut it down. You shut it down. There's just too much. There shouldn't be a manager. There shouldn't be an acting manager.
Like
It just seems that everybody seems to be complicit at the moment.
Yes.
like the board. Who's on the Fishco board? Tadeusko.
Hey. we were speculating. Maybe Tate Usko who drove down
Was the
to
driver?
Porto.
You guys, please don't involve that.
Ninguém utale?
You're starting with me.
There's something that there's something that a lot of people actually don't realize. It's just like how sophisticated these crimes were.
Yes.
Not everybody knew about it. You might have been involved without even knowing you're involved. It's
Exactly,
just it's too sophisticated. You understand?
Yeah.
It's jeez.
Like you see, like why I'm asking about the board, right? Especially with Paulus already being, or supposed to be under investigation over other dubious deals, and also how then do you appoint this person as the acting CEO?
Like
Yeah.
I said, he should be under investigation.
Yes.
He's the finance guy because
When
the money he
should
signed
also
off the
be.
money.
He signed off the money.
Well, even if it's not him, but it's his department.
And,
Yeah.
and you can see the clear links between him and the other guys who are implicated.
His
Yes,
Saki's cousin is I've also heard. And now with these implications, and then even with the diamond thing, it's just it's
so yeah, they felt it's
but-
like, you know what, you are the perfect person to
Yeah.
to oversee the company now while we're going through this turmoil.
But there's something else I realized yesterday, and I don't know if some people are picking it up. Initially with the fish rod, everything was political. Yeah, supple, But now actually it's becoming extremely criminal. When I say criminal, I mean the act itself is criminal.
Yeah.
But the stuff that seems to be happening is fugitive coming in with money.
Yes.
Sneaking in cell phones into their cells, trying to pay off investigators to destroy evidence.
Paying off
It's-
officials. And
Or paying off official. Now it's like moving in a very underground, real criminal syndicate type of field.
It's
you
mafias.
understand? It's mafia stuff.
Yeah.
And but they
Cosa-
keep
Cosa
getting
Nostra.
caught. But they keep getting caught, so I don't really even know.
I don't get like these are the same people who were asking for bail a few weeks ago.
But they
And
Yeah.
you know, we are not a flight risk. We need to go take care of our families. I don't know why I'm putting on a Boer accent.
I also don't.
Maar
on that note, you know what? I really do think that we need to have a financial task force to see from the start of colonialism until independence how much money was stolen under colonialism, so that we can compare it between 1990 and 2020.
Wait, what?
Asseblief. So that we can just quickly just see, maybe we've surpassed that figure already.
Sorry, there's a comment here. It says, Paulus Ngalangi is a Kavango, not a Vambu. Which, yes.
Yes, he
Okay.
Actually, this is where the
Yes, Paulus.
he's not
Aha.
connected to, he's not, yes, thank you for reminding me.
Aha.
What I understand is he's not connected to Saki, he's connected to James. James's aunt is married to Tate Marco Usko,
Oh, who's a Kavango?
who's a Kavango.
Aha.
And it seems this guy is from that side of the family, but James grew up with his aunt after his dad passed away.
Close family friends or stuff like that.
No.
Family?
Like basically my aunt married your uncle. So
Oh, I see.
But then you were raised in the same home.
What do they call those things in English? Second cousins, third cousins, twice removed.
In Oshivambo is family.
Yeah.
His family is
So-
class.
Yes, your
family.
broer.
It's your
Yes,
bro.
I stand corrected, but that's I think the version I got. That's how they're connected. It's very correct. Yeah, that's the connection with the Kavango element. It's not Saki. Yeah, excuse me. It's not Saki. It is James actually. Yeah.
Kangele Sovi. Thanks for that, for clearing that up. Yeah, Floyd Umlazin Tandom Mpahleni. Not mafias, but nafias.
Namibian
Like,
mother.
hey, soga wena man. Hey, khan man.
Right, since you guys decided you're going to read comments, let me do that.
Yeah, please read some comments.
You guys, are you also going to take...
We helping you most now.
Hey, shall you lock me, Salaris? Hold up, lost me. Hey. Emily Dion Dapuka, let's start here. Yes, he was a Malawian doctor. Yes, 44-year-old Malawian national. Ivorus, Neville's neighbor. Ek sê ek hoop hy nooi ons oor wanneer ek ook kom kuier. Watter kant bly hier onder?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I see. Ivo, if you see a random black guy standing in front of your door, I'm just wanting you to invite me in for drinks. Augustus Elia. Brave Warriors must replace Arsenal. It's just a little better for the old man. Yeah, just go back to your old team. Kaskas Angula. And this South African fugitive, Comas is next to close. I see that the running joke yesterday was, as soon as the president says, we have a press conference, I'm going to go buy alcohol because we're going back into lockdown. We're going back into lockdown.
Maar ons het nie nou zak nie. Die president moet nie met dit sulke goed doen.
Wacht net tot volgende week alsjeblieft.
Dis net eers payment.
Alsjeblieft, Mr. President. Honorable Pumakim, we can't go back to stage 1. Let's at least move back to stage 2. The economy must run. People are losing jobs.
I agree. Stage 1 isn't a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Simon Amushira, I'm with you, Neville. For us to go back to stage 1, the number increased to 40 to 60. Oh, the number increased from 40 to 60. We are at 36 now, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
we're at 36.
Simon, you was in London. Did you go watch Arsenal lose yesterday? Did you enjoy the game? Augustus is saying best morning show ever. Thank you. Raymond Basson, the worrying thing, the roaming of Angolans over the border in the north with no strict control. If the police struggle with this problem, let the NDF help with this problem.
Yeah, sorry, who's that?
Leave my people
Raymond
alone.
Basson.
Yeah, Raymond, thank you for bringing that up.
Angolan,
Yeah. Ons is moeg.
no Angolan criticism will be allowed in the studio.
Hallo.
Ons is moeg vir hierdie Chimbundus.
Clever ya Dave. Huh? Cubase, I am at the Chicago border and I'm struggling with the transport. Maybe you can come get me. But come with a sergeant, please. Are you bringing in Dacha from Angola or what is it? Why do I need to bring a sergeant?
Hey, daai sakkies. Daai whiskey.
All the whiskey sakkies.
Daai whiskey sakkies.
Chalon baggies.
Tap on bag.
Sorry, I think I slept on a very...
What's going on?
Got a pain in my neck,
You-
literally.
Suki a massage. I got magic finger.
Hallo, ons vra net.
Magic
No,
finger.
I think I slept on the wrong, wrong position. But anyway, continue. It's just, it's a bit bothering.
So you said
So if you mean a sergeant from
No,
Komala.
okay, off 7 million.
Yeah. How much do you have, Kau? Clever. Oh, Tangeni Petu. Yeah, Samuela. I personally feel the whole country must go back to level 1 since people are just moving in and out the way they want more, especially here in Walfish Bay. It seems like it's a dumping site now.
Wie is hy?
Tangeni, yeah, somewhere.
Hey, Tangeni, hey, gaan man. Cheap.
Yeah, Tangeni he's in lockdown, so he
Yeah.
wants. But like, guys, it's not a far-fetched idea at this moment. The way things are looking, it is not. It is not a
Hey,
far-fetched idea.
Tangeni.
Tena Nambwa, morning crew. Last night was Master versus the Apprentice. That enabled both teams had 10 players on the pitch.
Yeah, oh.
Arsenal,
What did you expect?
Comrade Michael Shipiki, I will not be shocked if any COVID-19 case report in the north because we have Angolans moving freely here. Over
Okay,
the
that's
border.
the second comment.
About the
About
You guys are just
the Angolan border.
xenophobic. Come on.
Yeah, Maria, how did you get in the country?
Yeah, so. How did you get here? Yeah.
Spoke to my president.
Which sergeant picked you up at the border?
Guys, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, through God's grace, I hope this country can open up. I die to do a comedy show.
Oh, Chival, there's so much content there.
There's so much content. I can't wait to stand in front of 300, 400 people
And just tell them.
and just talk.
Come on, since you started talking about Angolans, no pain, Mary has a neck.
Oh, okay, no, let's do
Yeah,
that.
I agree. Your neck didn't pain when you walked in here.
But now, we mentioned Angola and you're getting spasms.
Leave my people, please.
Is it no Bienadi? Ashipala. Because it's B-E-N-E. Is that Bean or Biena or Ben? Or you millennials and your names. I think lockdown was enforced for the government to prepare its health facilities, preventing hospitals to be overwhelmed. We are probably ready to tackle it now and keep the economy slowly going. Yes, we are better equipped to deal with the pandemic now than we were when it initially hit. But, yeah. Thomas, that wet boy, watching from Keetman's work. Simon Amshira, hey, I will put you out of my class.
Okay, sorry, meneer.
Je zal uit de klas uitgaan.
As Maria, meneer.
Maria, you're normally such a good student. I don't know why you are hanging with
This is
this.
bad influence.
Yes, never.
Juan Jaranguru.
Yeah.
Juan Jaranguru says 3-0. And you know what that means?
Yes.
Yeah? Now, I don't understand. And, sorry, Maria, just to say this. I'm 49. I think Juan is roughly 52. He's a few years older than me.
Celestine, Sella WhatsApp group.
He's a Manchester City supporter. When did he become a Manchester City
After they
supporter?
started winning most.
That's it. Glory hunters.
So 5 years ago.
Hey, Khan man, Twende man.
But it's true though. But like there are some, most of you guys, like your generation, right? When you ask them, how support, they snacks like Aston Villa, who teams that were in the 80s and early 90s that were at the top of their game. Yeah, Leeds United, who Blackburn or what was it? Blackburn Rovers.
As a woman that doesn't know much about soccer, but this conversations come up when you're being advised on what type of men to date. So they say, Arsenal fans are very loyal, very, very loyal, but only to their team.
So moyoro noho.
Shots fired.
Jy lag sam.
Me, I've been
So
supporting.
you think this is funny now?
I've been supporting Barcelona since since Romario was there.
There's stuff. There's stuff.
Come back, leave my comments. Simon Amishira, guys, this thing kills, right? With us in the UK, we have over 40,000 deaths, and that is the number of the town in Namibia as a population. Like, that is more than Okahanja's population, I can tell you now. 40,000 people are more than Okahanja, I think, is at 25,
But also the UK is
now.
just reckless, please, let's be honest.
I know, but when have the British ever been careful?
Exactly.
With anything? They don't. That is not common sense. Maraika Kuhn. Aish, your comment just disappeared. Ryan says it's 4 kilometers wide. I don't know. Come on.
Okay.
Maybe somebody can Google it. I mean, we don't have to be debating.
We have internet, but my Google machine is broken. Chris Kribo Grief. Like exactly so. Grief Mutanga. Guys, where's the 8.9 billion? Is the ZAC klaar of what?
Frozen. Is it not?
The stimulus package. Or the corona response money. Or what was
sorry,
it?
me, I'm still on fish road.
Come on.
That is money that they stole.
Yeah, 8.9 billion. Eugene Matamu. The problem with this country's leadership is they keep on giving resources for Namibians to get jobs instead of keeping the resources and giving jobs to outsiders who know how to work the resources. So until today, we are losing the profits from our resources to other countries because employment comes from them instead of us. Mouthful. Kanjero said, man, but truth, this side of the Chicago, we are not safe at all. Every day, estimation of more than 80 to 100 people moving to and fro across the Angola-Namibia border. Maybe you guys should tell the cops.
Yeah.
Just about people just crossing the border willy-nilly.
Yeah, guys, let's be responsible.
Yeah,
citizens.
like
if you witness criminal activity, report it.
If you don't report, you are also criminal.
Complicit, as they say.
Yes, criminal record. It's all the same. Roviera, I never Bason. Top 4 down the drain. Chequemos. Chequemos. Hey, that's long Arsenal comments, so let me just leave them alone.
Yeah, lost me 8 as
Yes. Bradley Kubisep. Neville, I am so buying that ticket for all your shows. I will be there, sir. Morning Mix surely helped in sharing your gift with us.
Dankie, man.
Yes.
Thanks, Brad.
That's bad.
Thank you.
Yes. So Morning Mix deserves 10% of whatever you make from the next show.
And I know he'll be using some of our jokes on that stage.
Hey, that's our joke. Neville, you can't use it.
There's no way that I cannot, if I would ever do a routine, that I will not bring the two of you into whatever it is I'm saying.
Yeah, of course.
It's a given.
Die bene kook nou op visrot.
Die bene kook.
People, Tina, guys, we should compare the number of people who will die of COVID and the people who will die of hunger. Here, our brain must work.
I like the, estimation. She says the UK and Sweden, they didn't take it seriously. Sweden has 4,000 dead now. They didn't go into lockdown.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
But it's the
what
same.
Esther
It's
Mich
the
said.
same in Finland.
Nee?
They didn't go into lockdown. The other day I was on FaceTime with my friend. And he's in town and he turns the camera. He's in the mall, and people are just
Everywhere.
no masks. No masks. You're not required to wear a mask to get into. The only thing you do is like sanitize your hands.
So you have friends in Finland?
Yeah. I mean, I was also there for many years. And I wouldn't say I grew up there, but I spent a few years there.
A good amount of time there.
I mean, my name is Finnish as well. But yes, so even Finland is just...
Finnish Ileka.
Even the clubs are open.
What? She said her name is Finnish.
Meria.
Oh.
Finnish elector.
Wow.
Okay.
Jay's net, Jay's.
No, sometimes I surprise myself. Josephson Nanyemba, but that guy speaks Oshikwanyama, are you sure? We used to drink our Jameson at Plaza Cafe Luderitz. Now they're Polis now. But Polis is Kabango. I do remember as soon as you mentioned it, I do remember also from Varsity.
Yeah.
Yes, he is Kabango.
Yeah, he's Kabango, but he speaks
Bambo.
Polish Shivambo because
Yeah, he speaks.
the home there is.
Hello. Atushe me duletu atu pop shwambo. Ngenge no pop shwambo inomono ironga. Osho ikangao. Yeah. Clever Dave Neville is lost.
He just said, I'll translate it for you loosely. He said,
Thank you.
He says everybody in the, like basically in Namibia speaks Oshimambo. If you don't speak Oshimambo, you don't get the job.
I
concur. That's all right.
I wanted to say I'm itching.
Eh?
What job are you talking about?
Me pangeromos.
Was she Pangero?
Pangero's a hospital.
Pangero's government.
Pangero's government, yeah. Hey, my Shwambo is actually improving. Kanjero said, man. Okay, no, I already said that one. Yeah, since you leave some of the comments in between the Makela me Dromokar. Sakeus Mekonjo Omhona. Once you step into public office, forget about secrets. There is no privacy. Public have the right to know what's going on in your office.
I agree.
Yes. Okay, guys, there's something that I just want to gauge, where you guys are at on this one. It has been so nice to get regular interaction from our elected officials and just other government officials during this COVID-19 pandemic. Every day there's interaction, there's conversation. Awesome.
Transparency.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about other social issues?
Yeah.
Why don't we give them the same kind of attention? Not necessarily every day, but for instance, the issue with abortion was apparently just shot down from my understanding. It's like, hey, get out of here with that nonsense. Why don't we also have
Was
this
that
kind
shot
of...
down in the house?
No,
No,
it
no,
was
no.
shut down because she's a Christian and she cannot.
Yeah.
Oh.
So why don't we have this kind of things around many of the social issues? Maybe we with these kinds of discussions, we might find, solutions or find sort of common ground.
I
agree.
Sorry, Maria. I also agree. I just think that, again, we have people sitting there at the moment who are from a certain denomination and a certain age group, age bracket that we're talking about. But we can clearly see that Namibian politics are slowly, or rather quickly, evolving at this moment in time. We saw yesterday at the ECN, there's a letter, an application letter circulating about
AR.
about AR.
AR is not Joba Mupanda.
Or whatever.
Yes.
That's the face of AR for me.
But it
So
is, though.
yeah,
Also,
so the thing
No,
is,
but I think the movement will not die if he leaves.
the movement will
but
die
it was
now.
part of its
It's
Yes.
his legacy.
I understand.
Yeah.
You are the face of Trasco, but we can't say, when we say Trasco, we don't say Neville Basson.
Quentin remains the face.
Quentin
of
remains the face of Trasco.
For white people, for black people, you are the face of Trasco.
Like how Tim McCandre is the face of MTC.
Yeah, isn't Tim the face of MTC?
No, it's actually true. Tim is the face of MTC. Let's keep it.
Okay, man, in any case,
But anyway,
let's not derail
as
you.
I'm saying, you know what? And you can clearly see with younger and younger people coming into the political sphere of Namibian society, change is inevitable. So these issues that we talk about, whether it's abortion, etc., it will come to the fore, and it will become pain, sneezing.
Wait, let me Google those symptoms.
Yeah.
Sudden pain in the neck.
Ja. En Vanani, iemand sê so, Vanani was warm gister.
Oh ja, gister het
Hy sê sommer vir die prime minister, "Mos jy weer."
What can you tell me about genocide?
Yeah.
You cannot tell me anything. I can educate you.
I agree.
Him and Maureen had a bit of a squabble there yesterday.
What was it about the genocide issue?
No. So he called SWAPO looters or something, government, party of looters or something like that, or looting, something along those lines. And then Maureen stood up and said, the last year remembers there was a certain Vanani that also got a contract to build houses and to deliver. And then Vanani stood up, he says, "Hey, listen, I remember my grandmother's dying wishes that I should take care of my siblings, and I've honored that. But I've addressed it here, and I've also addressed it with the president when he made a joke about my brother. It's no secret. I told my brother, you cannot be loud with your money. It's un-African. So I've addressed the issue with my brother. He knows already how I feel about it. But this is not about my brother. No, I'm not going to come into this parliament and talk about my brother when we also have a lot of you here with families that are directly linked to corruption and other deals. So let's address the issues and not personalize them.
What is his brother's name again?
Colin.
There was a time that Colin was, or seemed to be flashy with his money. But then again, if McHenry did address this, because I personally, I think in the last 2 years, I haven't heard anything about Colin Vanani. So it could be, Colin is a young man. Of course, come on, we live in a different era. Maybe if I was 31 years old with
that type of
$10 million in my bank account, I would splash it over my Bentley and tell people, "Vliegen julle se wat, moenie vir my sê nie, I made my own way," and stuff like that. I don't know. But for anybody to bring that little bit of so-called information to try and attack McHenry, to silence McHenry Vanani, compared to what has been done about the genocide issue for the last 30 years, I think it's kind of petty, to be honest with
you. And he did also clarify that, look, the money was my brother's, but it's not my brother who flaunted the money. It was another person. But then he also said, but again, I've never shied away from that conversation of my fleshy brother. I've addressed it with my fleshy brother. He knows my position. It is un-African to be that fleshy with money when so many go without. So he made some valid points. He did hide away from me, but it is also I thought that was a cheap shot. It was a very cheap shot at Vanani, but anyway, he handled it.
But this is what I keep on telling you guys. Politics is that's why I hate it. It's a dirty game. You bring such crap like that, on a public forum like that basically, in my view, has no substance. Talk about something more substance.
But that is the politics.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's how dirty politics is.
That is dirty.
Who was the one who was complaining that they don't see themselves on the camera?
Yeah, somebody also mentioned
it wasn't close enough for me to make out who it actually was.
You were saying only some people are being shown on the camera.
Yeah,
it's Kawana. It's Kawana. So Kawana has this big, obviously. What do you call that
those
thing?
Kawana,
does Kawana have a head under that thing?
I don't know.
Because it doesn't, I don't know if, I've never seen his head, so he has his head.
It's an iPhone 6.
Plus a big
processor.
Mask. iPhone.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he was complaining, but we are not seeing, some of us are not seen on the camera. Hey, people were taking him out there on the stream yesterday.
Yeah. So you are sitting there because you want us to see you on the camera. Contribute. If you contribute, we'll see you on camera. If you're just sitting there, we won't see you.
Mwarakwa should have been there. Sit down, sit.
Surprisingly, Environment Minister also had something to say yesterday. I didn't expect that from him.
Pamba.
Shifeta.
Yeah.
Saying what?
But Pamba Shifeta always has stuff to say.
Come on,
also
he is
defending
Swapo. Must defend.
But I like when Meme Sarah speaks. Very calm. I think we must address this. It's very disingenuous. What we are saying is this.
Yeah.
She talks like that. That is her tone. Even there could be a war and that woman's tone doesn't change. It doesn't go up, it doesn't go down. It's just one frequency. I love it.
Yeah.
So she always seems calm and composed, which is good.
Guys, it just in a nutshell, what is happening in Parliament at the moment, the rowdiness of Parliament, just the energy in Parliament at the moment. Do you guys think it's that robust atmosphere is what's needed at the moment, or do you think it's...
Well, if not only to get more people involved in watching now.
Look. It's something. It's still young, you know. I want to see if any of this actually leads to some policy changes or like some serious. It has an effect, a positive effect, basically on the policies and so on, and the laws of the country. But if you guys are just fighting there and cussing each other out and calling each other names and pointing out each other's brothers and what, but then nothing else changes, then it's pointless. Absolutely pointless.
And I would also like to see more push on this abortion issue, for example, from the opposition. I mean, the only two known people that have addressed abortion, as far as I'm aware, has been Libertina Amadea, Dr. Libertina Amadea, years ago when she was rejected completely, and Dr. Bernard Halfico.
Yeah.
Interestingly, both health officials
Yes.
that understand the need for it. Okay, and I mean, with Bernard, it was very comprehensive because he gave a figure of illegal abortions. He said, I think it was in the 17,000 or 7,000. I know there was a 7 somewhere there. Jeez, I'm bad with numbers today. But he presented figures like this is, and they know those are illegal abortions because even if you have a backdoor abortion, eventually you have to come to the hospital.
Yes.
And then they can see most.
I can see you did something.
You did something, and then that's recorded as an illegal abortion that took place. But he came to Parliament with figures. This is what is happening. So it being illegal it doesn't mean it's not happening.
Yeah.
What it means is we're not able to regulate it. Like we're not trying to give. We're not giving the care that these people need, which is to do it under safe conditions.
Yes.
But it was also rejected. But I would like to see, I don't know, I just feel like opposition in Mutabiki, you must know how
I think it's
to
coming.
get support. And I don't know, that would be nice. But why are they quiet? It's trending now.
Maybe they are also anti-abortion.
I suspect as
Yeah, I
much.
think the majority.
I suspect that they are. But that is what concerns me even more.
Joseph Nanyemba.
Josephson.
Nanyemba. All what Colin do now is upload videos of him in the gym.
Avondre
Nasty
Karumba is
bravo.
saying someone should consider making a Netflix movie about fish rot. It gets more interesting
I
every
agree.
time.
I hope some directors are taking because this has been just drama after drama.
Can we conclude here on what we know thus far? That this illegal crossing from South Africa to Namibia seems to be linked to the fish rot 6.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Can we just conclude that, because this is what it looks like to me.
Yeah, of course. Look, when you have Fishco manager, look,
Yeah.
we can make our own conclusions.
Yeah. So
We're gonna keep you updated as the story develops.
You
read
are
your
not bad
comments.
with numbers.
Laat
Today.
ek
You
my
are thinking
bek
of
hou.
7 million.
Laat ek my bek hou asseblief. Laat ek my mond styf toe hou. Ja. Genoeg gepraat.
Okay, nice guy. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. It's Mini Friday.
Klein Vrydag, Donderdag. What are you going to do today? Do you guys have a shoot?
No, we
What
have a
shoot?
A
meeting
photo
So
shoot?
we got a management meeting this
Got a
what time?
management
10:30.
at 10:30.
Me, I sit with 2 managers here in the morning. If ever I get fired, the 2 of you, jealous, any
It would be you.
dangan.
So you would say it would be us.
Yeah, why didn't you guys have my back?
Man and say
As man, it's like, if I spoke up for you, I would have gotten fired too.
Would for liever his
Let's not read more comments. Let's go.
Let them fight. We're tired of smooth talk. The speaker also like fights. They're always laughing most of the fights off. Yes.
Yesterday, can I handle this one?
Yeah.
The speaker. All right, guys, we're out of here. Enjoy the rest of the Thursday. We are back tomorrow morning. I'm not sure if we will have somebody joining us in studio. We'll see how it looks outside.
Yeah, we'll
if
see.
the temperature is okay when they come in here, maybe we'll let somebody into the studio.
Yeah, sure.
Ciao.
Ciao.
The views and opinions expressed on the radio program by the guests, advertisers, news bulletins, call-in listeners or chatters are solely the views